Hello everybody, welcome back to GallupBuilt. I want to thank y'all for stopping by and checking out this video. In this episode, I will be working a little bit on the blue Mustang, and with the help of my wife, we put the L96 in the S-15 project that I've got going on here at the shop, and I have to remove an engine on one of the Caravans here. So thank y'all for checking out this video, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Alright everybody, so after a nice long weekend, I'm back at the shop and I'm going to get back on this Mustang. But before I get on this Mustang, there's a van that showed up and it's overheating. It was one that showed up before we filled it and looked for leaks. There was nothing going on with it, so it was sent back, and it was like a month ago. So it's back now, so I have to find a leak and figure out what is going on with it. So I'm going to be doing that. I brought some tamales from the house. This is overheating, so I got to figure out why. I got to fix it and get it back. Upon inspection, I see coolant down in there, and looks like it's coming from that hose right there. After looking at this a bit, this definitely looks like it's leaking from right there. Well, look at this, you guys. Dodge Caravan rear heater cord lines, and this little one right here, this is the part where it's failing on the other one. So I'm going to change this line out, fill it back up. That little clamp is kind of hard to get to back there, so I used this pliers that we have. It's got that little cable on it, and it goes to this handle. Right here we can see where this failed. Yeah, right here it's cracked. The new line is in. Everything is connected and sealed. Now I have to fill it. Now that I'm done with that van, I'm going to get back on this one. I was working on the fuel line when I took off here last Thursday, so I'm going to get back on that. I have to remove the coilover on the driver's side. I got to take that off and then move this line on the outside of it right here so I can run it up along there and then hook it up. I got a few more things to do to this. I got to put the brake pad on. I got to put the whole car together actually. So this is definitely going to be the project for the next few weeks. All right, cool. There he is right there. I needed this too. This is part of the Willwood kit, and this goes on the passenger side of this Mustang. So this goes in here. I gotta put this back on. Let's look at the outside. Oh no, that's the inside one. That's part of this kit right here. I took off to lunch really quick with Mama Bear. Luna's here with me. So it's Mama. I finished this line earlier before I took off, so everything here is done, and I put the coilover back up there, and I put the suspension back together. So I'm working on this front line, the one that goes right up on there and it comes down right here. I put the grommets in it, which is what I forgot, so now I got to put the line back in. I also put the grommet in here for where the line goes into the engine bay. I finished with this side. I got this side too. And I got it up here. And the line is run all the way to the back. So everything's good. And it's connected. I'm looking for the key for the wheel. And I was checking out the dash. And this looks kind of cool. Check this out. Doesn't look too bad. This feels kind of cool. This will be the first part that I've ordered for this truck that I will put on this truck. Right here I have a set of mounts from Dirty Dingo. This is for any LS to bolt into an S10. Cool. After a little bit of this and that. I finally got this thing to fit. And there's one little spot where it might touch, but I still have plenty of room for adjustment. So the oil pan is clearing, and I can still move it back this much. So it's still got a lot. It's still got a lot of room to slide back, and the same right here. Shouldn't have any problem with the firewall and the transmission. This is a transmission going on it, so this is only how much extra is going to be on there. So off the back of this block, that still leaves me quite a bit of room to slide this back and clear that oil pan down there. But it's in here. It fits. And I had to put this in so I can start building the core support. That way I'll have clearance for my fans and my charge piping. Also, the turbo headers need to come out on here, so I need to figure out what to do with this. I think I'm going to go with the Grand Cherokee steering shaft probably, or I might just go with the whole different rack and pinion and mount that in the front right here, so it'll be a lot easier on my steering. Might get rid of this big old box with the pitman arm and idler arm and just put a rack under there. And then I'm going to order the control arms and the coilovers for this, and then that's when I'll clean the frame up and then cut this off and rebuild the front of it. Gonna be cool. Looks fast already. Alright, I moved the S-10 and I got the Jeep ready for the glass appointment. I gotta clean all this up when I get back and then get started on what I need to work on. I've got a few things to do on this one, but I think I'm gonna start on the transmission for the van. At least check it and see what I do to change it out. We're heading over to the glass place now. The back window that broke the other day when I was working on the south side, I was gonna order one, but it would have took a week to come in, and it was like $45 more to have one installed. It was ordered yesterday, and it should be in today at 11, which is in like half an hour. So I'm gonna go drop the Jeep off, and I'll pick it up this afternoon. So we dropped the Jeep off, and they're gonna call me when it's done. I'm gonna put the steering wheel in, and before I do that, I gotta clean this up in here real quick. So I was taking it for a test drive and I was trying to listen for the noise. It only made it down the road because it's downhill, and it stopped moving uphill. So even though it's full, the torque converter or the transmission is not working whatsoever on this thing. When I put it in drive, nothing. Put it in reverse, same thing. So I made it back to the shop. I had one of my bros pull the van back for me, and I've got it here. So I was checking the transmission fluid while it was here, and the level while it was running is exactly the same as the level when it is off. So that tells me the pump is not picking up the fluid, and could be a bad filter, but it sounds more like a pump problem. I don't know. Something's wrong with the pump. So because it's not pumping, it's not able to pressurize the fluid, and it's not moving the vehicle. I was going to get it on the lift, but I got to turn it around, and it's not moving under its own power, so I got to wait till the other guys get here to help me turn this thing around and push it in here. And I got to move this one out too. So this one I'll move from the lift. I'll put the van in here. I wanted to work on the S10 tonight, but I'm not going to be trying to move this van again, like after I get it in here. So I guess I'll work on the S10 another day. All right, you guys. So I'm back over here at Auto Glass. I'm checking on the truck right now, and
where it bolts in there, it just spun. We couldn't even take it off.
I wonder if they've got one of these in town anywhere. Okay, so I came down to check on the truck, but it's not ready for pickup, and I got to come back tomorrow or something. It's the end of the day right now. So. Good morning, everybody. I've made it to the shop for the day, and I was going to work on the wiper motor and the wipers and stuff for that one, put it in, and I was going to work on the XJ2. The washer. What is this, a wiper motor? Oh yeah, this is the windshield wiper, reservoir tank, and pump. I was gonna put this in the XJ too. Well, I still can, but first I'm gonna go out back and start getting that Caravan up here. The one that I took for a test drive yesterday, the black one, kind of left me stranded, and I noticed after I came back and took some level readings that the fluid level in the transmission was the same whether it was on or not. So normally when you start the vehicle, the pump will pick up fluid from the bottom and push it through the transmission, so the level goes down like somewhat, and it shouldn't be the same as when it's parked. So I checked the levels both when it was running and after it had been parked for like 10 minutes, and the level was exactly the same. So today I'm going to start pulling the other one, the one that's in the back, the green one or blue, I don't know what color it is, but I'm going to pull that one and move that one back to the back. So when I put the black one on the lift, I would say tomorrow or the next day, but I think we're doing something else this weekend, and maybe Monday I'm gonna have the black one back in here on the lift. So then I'll take the transmission out of that one and just replace it with the one that I pulled out of the one in the back, because the one in the back has a bad motor, but the transmission is still good. Time to get to today's work. I went through the car and I took out a few things that I had in there. So I'm gonna go through this pile of stuff right now and start putting all of this back under the dash, because this is what I removed from under the dash when we cut the dash. So the new one is in now, and this is the windshield wiper pump, which is kind of crazy to me because you pump this with your foot, it's not electronic. And this goes where the brake pedal is. So all this holds the brake pedal, and then the booster goes through on this side too, right here. And this one is the brake pedal itself with the switch that I need to clean. There is the clutch pedal, and this goes in the firewall, and this is on the front where the heater core comes through. So this goes like this, and then this one I'll clean up, and that one goes right there, and then that goes on the firewall. These go underneath, so we'll probably order new ones because these are pretty raggedy, and these are all the screws that hold everything, so I gotta put all those in the rust remover. Still got to build a bracket for this to go in the front, and this goes under the driver's side. I don't know if we're going to order a new one. It looks okay. I'll probably clean it up a bit, and that is because all the dash is done, and this actually is ready to go, so I can pull all that off. And this is where I'll be putting everything back in. This is new on both sides. That's why we had to order a whole nother section for the cowl. We cut this piece out, and the same on that side. Welded the new ones in, and the new dash is welded in. And this looks pretty good. Right now I'm working on the windshield wiper motor and the arms for it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just cleaning it up, cleaning all this rust. I'm going to respray this so it doesn't get rusty again later. This one's not going to rust, but I'm just cleaning it with a little bit of brake cleaner and some steel wool just to clean it up a bit. And then I'm going to put this back under the dash. I was going to bring that van in and put it right here, but I'm going to wait till the guys go on lunch. Then I'll have a couple of hands here to help me pull it around the back and put it right here. For now, I'm working on this one. I'm going to get the XJ in here in a little bit too. I painted the windshield wiper motor, brackets and all of that. So now I'm starting on the brake pedal. So I've got the brake pedal right here and right here. After this, I'm going to move to the clutch pedal. I'm going to clean this up with the wire wheel on the Milwaukee, and then I'm going to get it ready for paint. So I'll degrease it and then clean all the rust, prime it, and then paint it black. And then I'll move to this one. I'll remove this and then clean that up, and then I'll paint the rest. Okay, this is the van that I'm going to move up to the front. I thought it was teal or blue, but it's black. Okay, with the help of Tim and Rio, we have moved this van in here. I know nothing about this vehicle, but I'm told the transmission is good, so that's what I'm going to get out. The rust remover is working pretty good. I just don't have a whole lot to leave it in right now. So another section. Check this out, you guys. This was picked up in California, and this is going to be one of the projects we're going to work on. I'm assuming this is what all of the 2019 GT is going to go into. It's going to be crazy. I'm unbolting this crate real quick so we can unload this. We're going to remove this part of it first, then we'll be able to move this one. This is crazy. I like this. This is going to be a wild project. This is going to be our first $100,000 car.
Good morning, everybody. Today, I'm going to be working on this one. The black van that I took for a test drive the other day, the transmission is bad. I'm going to pull this transmission out today, and then everything I take off, I'm just going to throw it in the back. This is a parts van, so I'm going to start pulling parts off of it. I'm going to start up here. I'm going to take all this off, the battery tray, the battery, of course, and I'll probably be removing the fans, top hose, bottom hose, all of these, this external coolant reservoir. I got to remove the vacuum pump. I got to unhook everything here, lines and all that. And everything I pull off, I'm going to put in a bin and I'm going to label it because all these parts are still good. I don't know what's wrong with the engine, but whatever I pull off of there, it's still good. We're still going to be able to use. So I'm going to start with this right now and see how far I get by the end of the day. I might have to pull it out from the bottom. I think I'm going to take all this off the top, remove as much stuff as I need to, pull the CVs, and then there's one cross member underneath, and then I'll probably drop it from underneath.
Now that we've got both wheels removed, we're going to remove the brake calipers from the knuckle, and I'm going to hang them right up here somewhere for now. I might remove them. Actually, no. We're going to keep moving this van around. I'm going to hang these right up here somewhere for the duration of this transmission removal. And then I'm going to take these two bolts out, probably remove this too. I have to remove this bolt. And then once I pull these out, I can fold this whole knuckle down and outward. I also have to remove this. Or I could just turn the wheel all the way this way. And then remove this, fold it down so that I can knock this inward and then pull the CV probably up and out on this side right here, and then I will be able to remove this from the transmission in there. Then I will move to this side and I'll do the same thing. I'll hang this up, remove this, remove these two right here, remove this one as well, remove this one. Then I'll be able to knock this in, and then I can remove it from here and then take the bracket off. This whole subframe right here is what's going to stay in the vehicle. We're just taking that out. Mainly I need that, but we're taking all of this out because it'll be easier. Okay, I've pulled the CV out of there. It actually slides through here, but I took these bolts off, folded this down, pulled the CV out, put that back up so I can put the wheel back on and we can roll it around the shop in the yard. And this side also the same thing. I pulled these bolts out, I pulled the CV out of there and here, and I put this back on here. So I can put the rotor and the wheel back on and the brakes. All right, I've got this cross member off of here. I've got this motor mount unhooked. And I've also got this motor mount unhooked right here. I've got the bolt taken out of it actually. It goes in right on this side right here and it goes through and it comes out right here. You can see where the hole is for it right there. This is the side where it goes in. So I've got a few things to unhook. Fuel lines, power steering, AC. Actually, the AC was already unhooked because it looks like somebody took the alternator out of this. Now that I have all of the bottom stuff taken care of, I put a pallet under there and it's sitting like right above the pallet because I don't want to damage that. I'm going to remove all of the stuff up here that's going to be in the way. So that's this, all of these need to come off. I'm going to remove all the intake. I'm going to remove this top hose. I'm going to remove the radiator fans. I'm going to remove the bottom hose. I'm going to remove the vacuum pump and all of the stuff that goes to the firewall. So the fuel lines are going to come off. I need to get the power steering pump off too, but I'll see if I can just get that off while this is coming out. And because of all the mice, everything I'm going to touch up here gets a coat of Lysol. I've got all of the harness out. Everything I need to unhook is unhooked. Cooling lines, fuel lines, power steering, and harness. I got one power steering line that I can't reach under there, so I'm going to try to do that after I start lifting the van up. Okay, I took off for a little break, and I am back. So that motor mount right there is giving me problems. I can't reach the screws on it, so I was trying to cut it off, and then the batteries kept dying. So I took a little break, and now I'm back. All right, looks like everything is clearing. Okay, well, this is as far as I got today. The last like hour and a half of it was pretty strenuous. My bro Colin and I had to end up going back and forth on the lift like 10 times up and down, cutting new stuff. We ended up cutting more and more of the exhaust off to get it to fit. And I had to remove the whole thing because 3 out of the 4 motor mounts that hold the engine and tranny combo into the van are bolted to the transmission. So when I remove that transmission to put in the other van, there will only be 1 motor mount holding that motor in. So that's not going to work. That's the reason why I had to pull the whole thing. In the other van that I'm going to do when I put the transmission in it, that one, the engine's going to stay in it, so I don't have to take both of them out. I just separate the transmission and the torque converter and then drop that down and then put the new one in and slide it over. A lot of the stuff that I worried about getting off on this one ended up being the engine stuff. So it's motor mounts, fuel lines, exhausts, heater core lines, all that. I'm not going to mess with that when I do the other one. Should be all right. It won't be easier, but it'll be all right. All right, everyone. That is going to be it for this video. I want to thank you all once again for stopping by and checking it out. I really appreciate you guys spending your time and hanging out with me for a few minutes, seeing what I've got going on. Right now I'm doing an engine swap on this one, so I'm pulling the engine on this one and I've got the new one on a crate. So that'll be in upcoming videos. Thank you all again for checking out this video, and I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day. Y'all be careful whatever you're working on. Later.